Hey Scorpio, welcome to your love reading. I hope you're all well, I hope you're all safe, and I hope you're all happy no matter where you are in the world. I'm sending you all many healing thoughts and prayers, happy and positive vibes only. If you're new to Soul Embers, hello, my name is Andrea. I hope you find a message within this reading helpful today and you choose to stick around for the journey. Those of you that vibe with my reading style and would like to reach out for a personal reading, my contact details are in the description box below. So feel free to reach out. I'd love to do a reading for you, as well as all the other information relating to the channels in the description box as well. So the love readings, it could apply to the singles out there looking for new love. It could apply to those that are in existing partnerships, relationships, situationships, whatever your situation is. It could even apply to those of you interested in knowing more about your ex. However, I have linked the ex readings, which I released a couple of weeks ago, to this video at the end of this video. You might find messages that better resonate for those of you interested in the ex in those readings. All right, guys. So first of all, let's have a look and see who I'm connecting with at this time, who this reading is for, and how I can be of service to the beautiful Scorpio out there. Who needs to hear this message? Who is this message for? Scorpio. I'm feeling a tight knot just in the pit of my stomach. The sacral. I would say the sacral chakra. The place of expansion, the place of formation of identity, relating to others in the world. Okay, let's have a look and see. A massive thank you for the beautiful energy that you guys bring to the channel. I totally appreciate you. I'm very grateful to be part of such an amazing community. Thank you for the comments, the beautiful comments you leave for me. They inspire and motivate me to just keep this channel going. All right, Scorpio. Are some of you feeling anxious at this time? Anxiety is creeping in. Relationship patterns. It takes strength to recognize the need to change. Scorpio, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. This is a time. Let me just focus. This is a time where certain decisions need to be made, where you cannot, like, the candle's been burnt at both ends. And there are certain, it's reached a point where responsibility needs to be taken for your self-preservation, for your own well-being, for your mental well-being, for your physical well-being, for, yeah, I just feel that it is really time to nurture yourself and take all that energy that you've got going on in the head space. I'm feeling a lot of pressure in my head. Take all that energy that you're trying to process, come to solutions. Maybe you're trying to change the way you feel, you know, rather than leaning into your emotions and allowing them to do what they've got to do. Acknowledge them. Be willing to give them space to be acknowledged rather than trying to change them. That's the message I'm getting. You know, keeping our emotions at arm's length or suppressing them or avoiding them or trying to change them can be harmful. The emotion itself, though, when we know how to work through it or we know how to manage it, is not harmful. when we bring the emotion and that feeling close to us, it releases the valve, it takes the pressure off, because we're acknowledging an aspect of ourselves that really needs to be heard. So Scorpio, are you feeling that you're not being heard? Are you feeling invisible right now? Are you feeling that when it comes to love or this partner or this situation, that you're not being appreciated, that your feelings are going unnoticed, disrespected? I ask that you look into yourself and think about the way you're treating your very own emotions and your very own feelings. Are you mirroring the same type of energy that you're receiving? Are you in the energy of the problem and the creator of the problem within yourself? If that's the case, that's totally fine. Working on changing that focus is going to determine whether or not, and willingness is really what's going to determine if you're going to tune into a different frequency and you're going to step into the vibration of the solution rather than the vibration of the problem. So that's the overall feeling I'm getting. Just this lack of, it's almost like you feel invisible when it comes to love or when it comes to this person. You feel that your feelings are going unappreciated, unnoticed. You maybe even be feeling that your feelings are treated with complete disrespect, and it is heartbreaking for you, right? But let me read the definition from the book. Guys, for those of you out there that are really challenged by how to change that focus, how to work with emotion and lean into that energy, and find ways to manage it, as well as ways to identify and change your focus when triggered, feel free to reach out. I would love to help you. So, have faith. When we honestly believe things will work out, our faith will confidently see us through. The angels are with you, and divine support is something you can have complete faith in. Simple truths will give you the answers you are looking for. Love is an act of faith. It can be challenging to move forward when you aren't sure what the outcome will be. Stay present with whatever is in front of you right now. Your competence and ability may provide the calm and confidence you need to keep going. You may have doubts or fear when you take a step forward or make a decision, but faith gives you the courage to continue. Even setbacks can impart valuable knowledge, experience, and positives. A fairy holds onto ribbons attached to a multitude of butterflies and is hoisted into the air. Butterflies usually signify transformation. Funny how that word pops up for you, Scorpio. You know, your the tarot card that represents you is the Death card, and it is all about transformation, more than about things coming to an end. By the time things come to an end, they've already run their course. There is nothing further there, and it's all about that transformation that you step into. Butterflies usually, transformation is taking place. They can also be a symbol of your soul or the essence of who you are. Just as the fairy safely and confidently floats over the expansive landscape below, you will move calmly through the situation at hand. Remember, a little faith is all you need right now. So sending you many, many healing thoughts and prayers, Scorpio. But it's interesting that it mentions here that butterflies can also be a symbol of your soul or the essence of who you are, because as I was channeling energy and I felt that tight knot in my sacral, that is the space where the formation of identity exists, and that's through relating to others. And in this case, it's your perception, your perspective, and how you're viewing things through the lens when it comes to this relationship or relationships in general. And Sorry, I'm just referring back to the message. And if you are feeling anxious, it's probably because you feel uncomfortable with these feelings. You feel uncomfortable with these emotions and you want them to come to an end. You want them to be over with already. But in truth, though, you know, taking the time to acknowledge them, being in the present, being in that moment, and just letting them do what they've got to do is going to make that process so much quicker for you, Scorpio. And that's what I believe. But first we need to be willing to acknowledge and give our feelings space. Breathe space into the areas that you feel that anxiety and allow for that area to expand through the inhalation and allow for those feelings to feel less suffocated and express themselves the way they need to. I know that might sound bizarre, but it could work for you. It has worked for some of my clients. For others, it doesn't, right? And it's about being in that moment and acknowledging them. And, you know, by being willing to do that, because you need to make a conscious effort, you can exercise mindfulness and you can exercise awareness. Without the willingness, though, you're not able to. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there and I'm going to move on to pulling out some cards for you to see how this relates to your situation. I just feel like a lot of pressure. I'm imagining a pressure cooker and the pressure is mounting and mounting and mounting, and you need to release that valve. And the valve that needs to be released is it's becoming louder and louder. Your feelings and your emotions are asking for you to pay attention to them. Intuitively, it might be coming through your dreams. It might be coming through as signs from loved ones. It depends. Everyone's different. Okay, so there is this feeling of codependency here, and this codependency has taken the formation of you feel unhappy with the way you're being treated. You feel unhappy with what's being manifested. It's not how you envision love to be. And this can apply to you whether you're single, partner, situationship, whatever the case may be. There is this level of you're not upholding certain standards or certain values or certain morals that give you inner peace, Scorpio. And that doesn't mean that you don't hold yourself as high value. You do hold yourself as high value. Intuitively, though, and internally, you're feeling that this is not going to be it. Every time you think, is this it for me? It makes you feel discomfort. It makes you feel anxious because it's not who and what you authentically want. And that's the key here, and how the sacral and the message for this card ties in. You're not living to your true authentic self. Some of you may even be feeling guilty for feeling this way, but the truth is that it just means that you're not aligning with this energy that you're with. You're not aligning with what you're receiving or what you've settled for. There is a higher calling for you, Scorpio, and that's why it's challenging. It's because you don't want to settle. Inside of you, the calling is so loud, it's telling you, we must not settle. There is more for us out there. So have faith and believe in that calling, because it's trying to take you to your highest and greatest good. And you feel that the past just keeps repeating itself over and over again. It's like you're a hamster on a wheel. But the truth is that every single time you take on a new loop in that wheel, you have a different vantage point. You know where you need to sidestep. You know where, that wheel might not be completely, the surface might not be completely flat. You learn to move around the obstacles that wheel creates. It gives you more control over the situation because you become so overly familiar with it. And then at the same time, this is where the codependency ties in. You become attached to the familiarity, and you become attached to knowing what to expect, because that feeling of taking that step into the unknown is making you feel anxious, which is where that message ties in. You might be fearful, but it's time for that transformation to take place and for you to step off that hamster wheel. If you're on a hamster wheel, right? You get what I'm saying. If you feel that you're going round and round, I mean, this message isn't going to apply to all of you, but for those of you that it resonates with, it will make sense. Meanwhile, the person that you're connecting with, they feel at home with you. You are the space of comfort, of nurturing. They feel safe. They feel that they can be themselves. They can drop all the mask, they can drop the facade, and they will be accepted for exactly who they are. But at what price does that come? Who exactly are they, and how are they treating you? And if it's not a positive way, if you're dealing with someone that's treating you very poorly, then they feel comfortable in doing that because it's become so accepted, and they can be the true essence of who they are. Now, for others of you, it could just be that they feel comfortable being themselves because you might be very compassionate towards them. You might be very nurturing and very accepting of them as they are. But something within you tells you that whatever this is, it's not right. It's not creating a healthy relationship. They're not growing, and they're not healing, or they're not learning from their experiences. They're being, this behavior is enabling. Okay, so let's pull out tarot and let's have a look and see. Let's break this down for you, Scorpio. So many of you may have made the decision to change your focus and to disengage. Or if you haven't actually physically disengaged, then, and if this doesn't have to do with someone that you've separated your energy from, you're definitely thinking about it, and your energy has shifted, and they can feel this. And they want to bring things back to what they used to be. They want to go back to that feeling of being at home, feeling safe, feeling nurtured, feeling accepted, the way things used to be. They want to bring and restore the old version of you because it serves them very well. And they're afraid of how they're going to communicate this. They feel that they may have already lost you through their actions. They may have already lost you, whether you are still in communication or whether you're not. They can see that whatever has happened between the two of you recently has really been that final straw that broke the camel's back. You've learnt your lesson, and you're not going to go round and round in circles anymore. You're going to focus on bringing in healing yourself. You're going to focus on your own self-care and nurturing, and you're going to tend to your own wounds. And you're going to move forward slowly and steadily only when and with those that match your energy. You're going to look into offers that are coming your way, whether it be from this person or anyone else, and you're going to analyze and make sure that what they have to offer you is actually going to be of value to or align with those values and those standards. At this time, I feel, Scorpio, you are going back to the drawing board and seeking to find your way back to yourself and what truly makes you happy. In doing that, you're exercising self-care, and you're also able to, I guess, through exercising this self-care, it's also highlighting what it is that you truly, truly desire and what those values are. They're becoming very clear to you now. This distance has caused so much clarity for you on what hasn't been working for you for such a long time. And so moving forward, you're going to be very mindful of those that come into your life and whether or not they're able to, meet those standards that you're setting for what you want for your future. The person, though, that you're connecting with definitely, or the person that you're thinking of disengaging from, or you've recently disengaged from or withdrawn your energy, definitely does not want this to change. Does not want it to change. For those of you that are single out there, I feel that this could have to do with moving into and transforming the way you viewed love and life. The way you viewed partnerships. Again, you are taking the time to really see what matters to you. You don't want to repeat past cycles. You don't want to keep going round and round in circles and creating that same type of energy in your life that doesn't align with you. Okay, so let's pull out and see what the guidance is for you, Scorpio. What does Spirit want you to know? How can you work through this at this time? And yet, transformation, which was mentioned in the little definition for this card, I feel that it's time for that new beginning. Spirit wants you to know it's time for you to release yourself, really allow for that space to occur within you, and get in touch with those feelings that are screaming to be acknowledged. Listen to that, because with that comes your connection to Spirit. With that comes your connection to yourself, the core essence of who you really are. And it allows for this closure to happen with a lot less resistance, right? I know that you may be finding it difficult to stay in the present. Okay, because TikTok, we have a clock here. To stay in the present, you're thinking about the past, you're thinking about the future, and everything will come to you when you're ready. It's already here, Scorpio. This transformation is waiting for you to be ready to take the step that's needed. But before we can take that step, we need to have a little bit of faith in yourself. Okay, you're moving on from this disrespectful, deceitful behavior, where you feel that things are being taken from you, where you feel that you invest, you literally take what is within you, feelings and emotions, and you give of them and you invest in them. You're learning how that you can still be giving, but without releasing or surrendering your energy, and only giving what you have abundance of. When you don't have an abundance mindset, or when the mindset is, I'm going to keep giving and hopefully it gets reciprocated, it comes from a space of fear. So now you're learning how you can come from a place of, when you learn how to come from that place of abundance, that when I give to the right people, the universe will provide. It will keep replenishing, regenerating, restoring. You keep circulating through me, right? That's when things will change for you. That's when, these relationship patterns will finally come to an end, and you will attract the type of energy that you've been trying to call in, or the core essence of who you are is trying to call in. All right, guys, I hope you found that helpful. Very deep reading for you today, Scorpio. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you for your next lot of readings. Bye.